We good?
Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 3. I'm Amani. We have Andrew here, and we have our special guest, our Chief Justice Parker Thompson, and you're listening to
Amani and Andrew After Hours.
So yes, go ahead, Chief Justice. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, this is terrific. Hello, my name's Parker. I am the Chief Justice on our Student Government Supreme Court here, and they invited me to come out and talk today. And this seems like a lot of fun.
I was gonna say Parker was just talking about how this is the first time he's been in here. It was the first time we were in this office, at least around like a few weeks back, or at least a month back. First time for everything, isn't there?
Did y'all come here during orientation? Did y'all walk here during? No, you didn't come here during orientation.
I didn't have an orientation.
Oh,
You didn't?
That's true. I didn't have one either.
No. Why didn't you have one?
I just didn't show up. I think I went to like.
Nice.
Yeah, I just didn't care.
I didn't have one because I was a student athlete and I'm from Pittsburgh, so I wasn't driving down here for an orientation. And then I got here in the summer before classes started for basketball, and they were like, "This is everything. You'll figure it out." And I was like, "Okay." So
Yeah.
I didn't get an orientation.
I've never seen this office before. Don't even know. I just walked by it, and now that I'm seeing it, it's just like, wow. Why have I never been in here before? So this is interesting. Hopefully, I don't know. This is just interesting.
Yeah, it's really cool in here. It's really nice. They have like a pretty good setup. You guys can't see it, but those of you listening, if you would like to hear some visuals, they have 3, 4, 5 mics, a nice little soundboard that I'm not gonna touch because I have no clue how to work that. Keyboard, a Big Mac, a couple chairs, and the room's pretty big. They also have like a back room with a bunch of CDs and records and like 2 storage closets and a back room. So it's pretty big in here.
What's the records?
Very, very cozy in here, folks.
Why do they have records on the wall? What is that
Decoration.
for?
The vibes.
Okay, just
the
for the
vibes.
vibes. I'm asking too many questions.
It's the vibe from that guy.
Eh.
That was a TikTok. or whatever. I should debut my singing career on here.
That, and you also need to debut your TikTok career. Remember how you were saying you wanted to do that one trend of like what's the worst thing about somebody or something like that on the e-board? Do you even remember what I'm talking about?
The e-board and their problems.
The
I never
e-board
did it. I forgot
I
about it.
was anxiously waiting for that one.
I
I'm not gonna
couldn't wait to
lie.
expose everybody. That was gonna be really fun.
I had a funny one, which I'm not gonna actually say on air.
Yes, please don't. Please don't say anything that could potentially get us in trouble.
True.
But anyways, so I guess we'll start off with some questions for you, Chief Justice.
Oh, you're gonna ask me questions?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
sure.
Yeah, I didn't know what this was.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't really know either. Again, we just kind of wing it every
This
time.
is fun.
We kind of just
Banter.
surprise our guests.
All right, this is
Banter,
fine.
folks.
So I guess the first question is, how did you get your start in SGA?
Whoa. Okay. now that I go back, okay. Wow. So I've heard about SGA for years. When I first came, I think like the best way to get them at Kennesaw is to get involved in some way, whether it's Greek, whether it's sports, whether it's an RSO. And I found out there was like the certain for the college humanities and social sciences, like one of their senator spots was open, and I applied for it, and the former president gave it to me, Tariq, and I just kind of went from there. I think like I did a lot of RSOs when I was a freshman and sophomore, and that kind of like helped me a lot be a student. And I noticed there was a lot of problems from the beginning, right? Like regarding whether it was funding or anything like that. So I had like a deep sense of urgency to try to fix that. Yeah, or try to.
Good.
Similar story, right, Andrew?
Similar story.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like yours was like mock trial, and then mine was. Am I even getting picked up? Mine was MUN.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So.
Parallel tracks.
How did you? I'm curious, like how athletes get to SGA. I just think that I'm always curious about how they end up.
So, I got my start in SGA. So, as a freshman, I didn't do anything because I was like, oh, I'm just playing divisional basketball. Like, I can't do anything. I have to focus on basketball. And then I joined our student athlete advisory committee. We had 2 of my teammates that were on. It's called SAC. We had 2 of my teammates on SAC, and it was time for them to like graduate and transition out. So they invited me to a meeting. And I went to that meeting, and then like as kind of shadowing them, and then I went to another meeting after that, and then there was like the meeting to like vote for positions, and no one was like volunteering to do anything. So I was like, well, I guess I'll be secretary. Like, what do you have to do? Just take the notes. Like, no one was volunteering. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I ended up being the secretary, which I was the secretary technically because I took the notes, but I gave like a lot of input, so I was probably more like a higher role. But we only had president, vice president, and secretary, so it was like limited roles. It's a very small group, kind of. Anyway, so through that, Tariq and Jess were involved with that, our previous president, vice president. They're track athletes. So I was like, well, they're involved in all this other stuff. Like, how do they do it? And then as I got to know them better, I was like, wow, I really like these guys. Like, they're really cool. They're involved in other stuff. Like they're pretty good role models, I would say, for me. In the end of my sophomore year, I saw SGA posting about if you want to join SGA, blah blah, do elections, da da da. And I didn't know what it was. And at the time, I think it was maybe during our season, or our season was just wrapping up. And I was like, I don't have time to figure this out right now. I'm just doing basketball, whatever, finishing school, whatever. I don't know. And then, so I missed the date, and I ended up looking back after when school was closing, or I guess when COVID happened, and I was like, dang, I missed it. I guess it's too late. And they posted for vacancies, and I was like, I feel like this is a sign. I missed the first time, and now it's a second chance. I feel like this is for me.
Yeah.
So I DM'd Tariq and maybe Jess and Deja, the previous director of diversity and inclusion. And I was like, because I just followed her on Twitter, and she always posted about SGA stuff and tweeted about SGA, and I was like,
she did.
She knows. Yeah, I was like, I don't know who she is, but I follow her because she goes to Kennesaw.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, girl, I don't know if this is weird, but I'm interested in SGA, so can you tell me a little bit about, what's the difference between a director and just a senator position? Because I didn't know, what it was. I didn't know anything about it. And they told me the difference. Tariq told me the kind of the same thing that Deja did, and I was like, okay. So I ended up applying, and I was like, between Cole's College of Business, the director for diversity and inclusion, and the senator for women and gender issues. And then I found out a director role probably wasn't for me because I'd never been in SGA before. I was like, probably not. So then I was like, okay, I don't want to do Cole's College of Business because all my classes are business, and that's all I do all day is basketball and then business school. So I was like, let me find something else that I'm passionate about that I can that's not going to tie me to one thing. And that's when I was like, well, I'm all about girl power and women empowerment. So I was like, I'm going to apply for women and gender issues. And I did the interview, and it was really awkward because I didn't know if I should act like I knew Jess and Tariq in the interview or if I should be really professional. So I was trying to find the balance point. Anyways, I'm rambling, but that's how I got involved in SGA.
Yeah.
I got that interview, and then I served in that position for a little bit, and then I actually became the director of diversity and inclusion. And then it came time for elections, and I was talking about running with another senator in SGA. I was just messing around, and he was like, I'm going to be the president. I was like, okay, I'll be your vice president. We were just kind of messing around, and that actually ended up creating a little bit of awkward drama, but whatever.
Wait, what?
We'll skip that part on air. I'll tell you that backstory later. But anyways,
no clue about it.
And it was just completely a joke because I was like, I can't go from senator to vice president. And then I moved up to director position and just gained a lot more confidence. And then it came time, and I was like, well, a lot of people with experience are graduating, so why not? And then that's when I talked to Andrew talked to me, and here we are.
Here we are. That's history.
Yeah, and the rest is history.
Yeah, there's been so many people who's come through that work. I think we need a historian of some type.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was talking to you about it off air, but about record keeping and how important that is.
I think that falls under our Attorney General.
Really?
I think it's a Marcella thing, to be completely honest. Secretary.
Chief of Staff, yeah.
But I'm just making her job easy because I'm just quietly collecting all the little documents.
Also, shout out to our Chief of Staff, Marcella.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's her birthday? Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday, Marcella.
Yeah, she's probably not listening, but if you are, happy birthday.
Shout out to you. You're great.
And everyone else who is listening, tell her happy birthday.
True.
Yeah, but anyways.
You said, did you have a game coming up?
Oh, yes. So I'm on
should
the
plug
women's
that.
basketball team. I'm pretty sure I say that every time we're on here, but any new listeners, I'm on the women's basketball team, and we have a game tomorrow, our first game of the season, November 9th at 7 p.m. in the Convocation Center. It is free for students, and I think faculty and staff get discount tickets. So, yeah, show up and show out. Be there, be square.
That's the sponsor of this show is the women's basketball team. I'm mandated to shout them out.
Yeah.
I was asking Andrew, what are y'all sponsors?
It's just the women's basketball.
It's just the
team.
women's basketball.
Just
That's
women's
perfect.
basketball.
That's perfect. We love that.
But let's move into some other questions. I have some fun ones. Should
Oh,
we do
gosh.
another over/under?
What's
I
that?
think
Yeah,
would be
we should.
kinda
Okay, yeah,
fun.
we'll do that now.
What's that?
Yeah.
So over under is a fun game where I pick two things. No, I pick. Was it just one thing? Yeah, I pick something, and you say if it's overrated or underrated.
Okay.
And it can be like a food, a person, celebrity,
Let's do it.
category, whatever. So we'll start. Andrew Wittmayer, overrated
What
or
the
underrated?
What?
That's tough. That's tough.
Just say I'm middle of the road.
You're gonna make me pick.
Perfectly rated.
Yeah, you have to pick.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna put it on you first. I don't know what to say.
Personally,
I'm curious about what you think.
I personally think he's underrated.
Underrated?
And I knew he didn't think I was gonna say that.
That's shocking.
If I can brag on my vice president for a second, I didn't know. Well, first he's just weird, but besides that, the reason that he's underrated, he actually has a 4.0. We'll see if he can finish it out. He has 2 semesters left, but he's double major with the 4.0. And I was like, yeah, I have a 3.8. Like, school's hard. He's like, yeah, I have a 4.0, and I'm, like, stressed out. And I was like, oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, I'm going to give him that. Other than that, I don't really have anything else for him to be underrated. But, yeah, that's my one shot.
I'm talking about my job as vice president.
So, yeah.
She was looking. She was looking.
Yeah,
she was like, he has good grades, I guess.
Like, as a vice president, like, one day he, like, forgot to tell our chief of staff that he wasn't coming to the meeting.
Okay, hold on.
So, that
Well, you
was,
forgot
like,
to tell?
This was a week that I was, like, really, really out of sorts.
I feel that.
Going through it.
Yeah. But, anyways, other than that, I still think he's underrated. Put some respect on my boy's name.
Okay.
Interesting.
I appreciate it.
Your turn, Parker.
But I just didn't expect to be in a position to give Andrew a rating.
On live air.
Like on live air.
Oh,
I think we're all like very underrated. You know what I mean?
I think that's fair.
I think we're all very underrated.
You
Huh?
keep putting posters of me up. I think I'm overrated.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
What do you mean?
They just have posters of me in random places. I'm like, hey, there's me.
I was scrolling through my Instagram and you like won something. You got nominated for something.
See,
I just saw you and Kennesaw on
overrated.
Instagram.
I'm overrated, man.
No, not everyone gets nominated for stuff just out of the blue. That's not you being overrated. It's you being perfectly rated because you're competent and good.
You know what is overrated? Okay, so I was walking back here today and daylight savings time's ending, and like the fact that it's dark now. It just really, sorry.
I wake up and it's bright, which is annoying because then it's hard for me to sleep in, but whatever. But now, like, it's dark at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I can't stand that.
I'm, like, walking home. I'm like, this is dangerous. Usually it didn't get dangerous until, like, 8:30, 7:30, 8. Now it's, like, dangerous till, like, 5:30. I'm like, why is it dark?
Did you ask the overrated, underrated game to Terrence and Mason? What did y'all go through?
We picked other people.
What?
I didn't pick Andrew. Did I pick Kim Kardashian or did I pick somebody else?
You picked Kim Kardashian, I believe.
I picked somebody like famous.
Interesting.
But we'll skip. We'll do different ones for you.
Who's a famous just person? Such a
This is
stupid
terrific.
comment.
Terrific.
RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, over or underrated?
This is actually an interesting one.
That's an interesting one. I don't know if
Actually, don't say overrated because like you will honestly just get drugged by our fans.
I was gonna say.
very true.
Because it's an
We have
RBG
fans?
Stan account.
How many fans do we have? I think y'all need an Instagram, a Twitter, and merch.
Terrence's uncle was our fan
That's
last
true.
year. Mr. Kevin or something.
Mr. Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, he was our fan last year.
I want some A&A merch. I want
That should be the merch that we make. That's the first piece of merch.
the double A.
Not SGA, just the
It has nothing to do with Amani and Andrew. Well, I don't know if I don't have a comment on RBG or Kim Kardashian on either one. I don't know. I think they're underrated. I don't know. What would I have no clue. I have no clue.
I don't really care what your opinion is on Kim
Yeah.
Kardashian, but you can't say RBG is underrated because you can't say she's
She
overrated.
wrote good dissent.
Well, first of all, may she rest in power, Queen.
Rest in power.
Rest in power, RBG. This is just
I was
not
just
the
like-
way I expected this.
This is like the only
This
like
is tough questions, technically.
That's like the only law person that I know. So like.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start going through the list of Supreme Court justices. All right.
No,
What do we got? We got on John Marshall. Overrated or underrated?
Very overrated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, John Marshall's very overrated.
I don't know.
Earl
who these
Warren.
She's
are.
like, this is like,
Yeah, you're
what's
losing
our
me.
audience?
You're losing me. Okay, let me think of something like actually fun to talk about that could be over or underrated.
I'm trying to speak up.
We're having some technical difficulties.
some technical
Andrew's just not loud enough. You can use my mic, Andrew. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, but I don't want to spread germs.
Oh, are you sick?
No.
Okay. Because I have basketball now, so I can't get sick.
I'm not going to get you sick. I'm not ill.
Like I said, game tomorrow, 7 p.m., Convocation Center. Okay, basketball.
basketball?
Over
This is
or
fair.
underrated? Actually, it's college basketball. Women's college basketball. Overrated or underrated?
Oh, women's college basketball, or just women's basketball in general, is very underrated for sure.
There's a big agree to that. Where
Put some respect on their name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Pay us. Not college, but the WNBA.
Yeah. What were you saying, Andrew?
I was gonna say me and Mason went out to a game for Amani. It was like back way later in like the year last year, and it was a fun time. It was actually very fun. I don't think y'all won. But I was like just sort of analyzing it to Mason. It was just like this like gibberish that I was speaking to him. I was like, it's not Amani's fault. She's doing good. She's trying her best, but this is tough to watch. So, and that was my
You saw Amani play?
Yeah.
So Amani's basketball skills, overrated or underrated?
I think she's this is like the weirdest framing, but I mean she's very good. You're very good at basketball.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Andrew.
So I guess underrated.
This is rare footage of me and Andrew being nice to each other.
Look, man, it's a tough job out here to do SGA. Sometimes the tension gets a little bit high. We're also not that mean to each other.
No, not usually.
We're not usually.
Usually? Are y'all usually mean to each other?
No.
It's like a brotherly, sisterly like type of mean,
I was gonna
Like you can say whatever, it's like your brother or sister, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
You don't really mean it mean.
Yeah.
I remember one time in the summer, Andrew called me, and I was like eating dinner with my family, and I told him like, don't call me or something. Or we supposed to talk earlier, and like he called me like the worst time. And I answered the phone. I was like literally in the living room eating dinner with my family, like put on a movie and watching and eating dinner. And I like answered the phone and I was like, "What, Andrew?" And my dad was like so amazed that I would answer the phone like that. And I was like, I got off the phone. He literally needed like one thing or whatever. It was like quick, and I was like, "Okay, thanks, bye." He's like, "Okay, bye." And it wasn't a big deal. Like neither of our feelings were hurt. Like it was just like a quick thing. And I was like, "What, Andrew?" And my dad was like appalled. Like after I got the phone, he was like, "That was rude." I was like, "First of all, Dad, respectfully, mind your business, because this was a me and Andrew conversation, and you don't know our relationship, so it didn't concern you. But I do appreciate him, not wanting me to be a jerk. But I was like, Dad, I'm not gonna lie, you're missing the mark here.
Yeah.
So, Dad, if you're listening, you remember this instance.
Is
Probably
that
not,
is your? Do you think your dad listens to this? Do you tell your parents that you do?
No.
I also have not told my parents. My parents would listen if I told them.
Mine probably would too. At least my mom would.
They would comment.
My mom's is like audiobooks and
my
stuff.
mom would be like, "Andrew, you're doing so great," and be like, "Thanks, Mom." She would be our next biggest fan outside of Mr. Kevin.
That's funny. So
okay, your parents, overrated or underrated?
My parents? Oh my! This is like the hard-hidden question.
My parents are underrated. Okay.
My parents are underrated.
Well, actually, I don't know. I think my parents they're pretty even. Like, I think they get some respect. Like they have clout.
Yeah.
They have clout.
They have good. Yeah.
Does that mean are they famous?
No, I kind of. It's like Miss Jen and Coach Warner is like my parents. Like everyone knows them in like EA. I mean, not in the world, but like in my like community. Everyone's like, hey Miss Jen, hey Coach Warner. Even if he didn't coach you, just Coach Warner.
You're not from like a small town, are you? You're like just from straight Pittsburgh, right?
No, I'm from like right outside Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah, not everyone in Pittsburgh knows.
Okay.
Coach Warner.
I was gonna say, I was confused a little bit.
No, yeah, I'm from North Versailles technically, but no one knows what that is. Okay. I mean, well, people do know if you're from Pittsburgh, but you wouldn't know what that is probably.
So, are you from a small town outside of Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I mean, not a small town. Like, you're making it sound like country, like a little small, like,
I was about to say
but it's like a suburb. Like, I literally live, like...
It's like Woodstock, like where we live.
Yes,
Town Lake.
it's Town Lake.
Yeah, kind of. It's like 15 minutes from Pittsburgh, like, downtown. Like, I literally just have to hop on the highway, and I'm literally downtown. It's probably not even 15. It's probably, like, 12.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. That's near. Might be. No, I'm thinking of Philly. I was thinking that's near Jersey, right? But it's not.
That's
Philly
more
is near,
Philadelphia.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. All right. Well, never mind then.
Philadelphia, underrated or overrated?
So overrated.
Overrated for sure.
I
hate the Brooklyn Bridge. I hate their sports teams. I hate everything about Philadelphia. I hate the Brooklyn Bridge, and this is gonna. No, not the Brooklyn Bridge. The Philadelphia, the Ben Franklin Bridge.
Whatever
bridge. They have a monument to Rocky, the fake fictional character. I hate Philadelphia.
You don't like Rocky? It's a good movie.
I've never seen Rocky.
I'm just trashing Philadelphia. This is going to come up again someday.
Yeah. You're going to try and get a job in Philadelphia, and you're going to be in the interview like, I've always wanted to work in Philadelphia. I've been a huge fan of Philadelphia area. I hate
the
city
Eagles.
Of brotherly love, and they're going to Google your name, and they're going to find this podcast episode.
I hate the 76ers. I just hate everything about Philadelphia.
Embiid is my favorite basketball player.
He's great. He's terrific, but Ben Simmons, right?
Get him off the team, dude. Get him off the team, please.
Yeah.
Please get him away.
Anyways, so yes, I am here for all the Philadelphia slander. Overrated.
New York City, overrated or underrated? Let's just go through the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
I think Pittsburgh needs an NBA team.
Pittsburgh
Go Steelers. Go Steelers. How are we talking about that?
Yeah.
Go Steelers.
I'm not a big fan of the Steelers. I'm sorry.
So what's your team?
My team, it's technically the Falcons, but I mean, like.
Well, Falcons.
Oh God, go Falcons!
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. You should not have said that. Can we edit that out?
Can we edit that out? Cut that out. But we're in Atlanta. How are we? I mean, it's embarrassing to be a fan of any Atlanta team that's not the Braves. But
Yeah, go Braves.
Go Braves.
How about them Braves?
Go Braves.
Chop 'em or whatever.
Chop 'em.
Isn't that their thing?
Yeah.
Chop.
Have you been to a Braves game?
Yeah, I've been to a couple. I sat like pretty much outside of the stadium. That's how high up I was. I like was on a plane hovering over the stadium. That's how high I was. Not high like drugs, like high like in the stadium. The way I like just brought that whole thing was just very weird. I sat in like section like 401 or something.
You were nosebleeds, right?
Yeah, sure. The tickets were like, I don't know,
$10.
Yeah, they were like literally like 16, and I bought them like the day of the game, and I was like, oh, there's a Braves game tonight. Let's go.
Yeah.
It was still fun though. It was more like the experience.
Let me ask you, like, did you grow up like a sports fan? Did you like hockey? Hockey up north?
No, but go Penguins.
Okay.
Back-to-back Stanley Cup champs.
Rest in
man.
peace to the
Not last year,
old
but-
Thrashers, gone but not forgotten from Atlanta.
But forgotten.
But forgotten. No one remembers that the Thrashers were a thing. I went to one hockey game and it was the Thrashers, and it was a real hoot and a holler. I don't like describing it that way.
I've never been to a Pens game, but every year they used to have this thing. Well, not every year, but like some years at my school, they used to have this thing. You had to do like a competition or write like a paper or something, and you could go watch the Pens play.
That sounds sick.
I mean, not play, practice. So we went to like, one year was in Mellon
doesn't
Arena,
sound
so
so
that's a
sick,
while
though.
ago. Mellon Arena, you guys don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I
but
have no
that
clue
was
what
like
you're
the
talking
old like hockey stadium, whatever. And then now it's PPG Paints, or maybe it got renamed again. I don't know. It's one of those things that like gets bought and changes. Like Truist Park was SunTrust, now it's Truist. It was like one of those things. But yeah.
Did you know go to Turner Field? You probably did not because
I don't even know what that is.
I've been to Turner Field.
Turner
actually.
Field is I'm gonna
Not
straight
this really
up
did
say
turn
this.
into a sports podcast.
It kind of
Yes,
did
it
a
is.
little bit, but Turner Field is infinitely better than the Battery in my humble opinion.
Yeah, the battery's way too expensive.
It's way too expensive. It's also
Yeah.
smack dab in the middle of the suburbs. It's
Yeah.
like in a bad location.
It causes traffic to get to our
Yes.
beautiful university.
Yes.
Exactly.
But I like the Battery though.
I mean,
It is
it's-
expensive though. Like it's cool if you're going for the game and you're not going like to eat beforehand or like do anything beforehand, but you only go to the game. But like if you're going to like hang out there, like one of the other games that I went to actually had closer seats. And I went with my teammate last year after our season ended. And we went there early, like to hang out at the Battery. We were like, oh, we'll get some food or something. And then we got there. Everything was packed also because it was like the day of the game, so we didn't really think that through.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, it was just incredibly expensive. And that's expensive to eat at the game too, so we were kind of stuck. Pretty sure I ended up getting a soft pretzel though at the game because I literally love soft pretzels. Okay, good point. What is everybody's favorite concession stand food?
Hot dog.
Nachos.
I love hot dog. Ooh, you're a nachos person?
For sure.
I hate nachos.
Cheese, man, all the
I
way.
hate nachos.
Is
My
that
best
underrated?
friend Jess always gets
overrated.
nachos. She always gets nachos. I'm a soft pretzel with cheese. I freaking love a soft pretzel with cheese. I will eat that every day.
Close second for me, but a hot dog.
I do
every
love a good
time.
hot dog.
Good hot
every
dog.
time, man.
I said hot dogs last night for dinner. Sad college life.
Oh,
Hot
you
dogs.
say.
Actually, crescent dogs. A crescent roll, a hot dog wrapped in a crescent
Wait,
roll.
hold
Amani,
on.
can-
Oh, I see what you. Wait,
Like
it's a
pigs in a blanket.
Monty, can you
so it's
cook?
like a croissant?
No,
Like
it's
a-
in a crescent roll.
What is a crescent roll?
Okay, you're the second person that asked me what a crescent roll is, and I'm getting
Okay.
annoyed.
Okay, well, so what is it? What's
It's
the
like
difference?
those packs of like, not plate, not.
I feel like you're describing a croissant.
No, it's not
I'm
a
not-
croissant though. It's like, it's
okay.
called a crescent roll. It's like it's like a package that comes in like a dough thing, and you like pop it open, and you press on the seam, and it like, and then.
Like a Pillsbury Doughboy thing?
Yes, a Pillsbury
it
Doughboy. I
pops.
couldn't think of it. I was saying Play-Doh and Playboy, and I was like,
Hold
what
up.
is
And
it?
it
Hold
pops
up.
the thing that pops or whatever the can.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
the can pops. It's
Oh,
like,
I
like
see
cinnamon
it
rolls.
is.
Cooking
It
with
just
Amani.
looks like- okay, so the listeners.
It's like a
can't-
croissant, but it's a crescent roll. And anyways, you put a hot dog in it. It's like pigs in a blanket if you ever ate that.
Pigs and
but I
blankets,
just-
shout out. Great.
but,
Pigs
yeah.
and blankets are definitely underrated in my opinion.
Is that a
Anyways,
croissant wrapped, hot dog wrapped in a little crescent roll?
Is like a no. I mean, it's like just like it's like a corn dog type thing. It's like a little corn dog.
Oh, I love corn dogs.
Monty,
Shout
can
out
you
corn
cook?
dogs.
I can a little bit, yeah.
It's something just makes me laugh. Just Amani alone in her apartment, like boiling hot dogs. It's just
Oh,
something-
you boil hot dogs?
Yeah, of course.
Ew.
Well, how do you cook your hot dogs? Do you put them in
Hold
like?
on a second.
I
Hold
boil.
on a
I boil
second.
hot dogs. I swear.
Explain this. What do you mean you boil?
Listen,
hot dogs?
listen,
My mom
guys.
used to boil hot dogs. And like,
I was born in a barn, guys. Okay.
Okay.
You boil hot dogs, right? What's there's like another way? Is there another way
First
to
of
do
all, you
it?
There
stab them with
is.
the fork and put them in the microwave.
Exactly.
Or
You put them in your microwave your hot dogs.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better than boiling them and taking away any slight flavor that they have.
Correct.
Oh,
You said right on this one.
season. You
But
can
I
season
actually like these jalapeno and cheese stuffed hot dogs. Those
What?
are so good.
Quick Trip. You got to get it at Quick Trip.
Oh, I never had that, but I kind of want to go to QT after this and get one. But I just buy the pack, and they don't have the same ones here in Georgia that I have at home. And I spent like weeks searching stores, and I'm not being dramatic. Like I was literally at every store. I was at Publix, Kroger, Walmart, everything. And they did not have the ones that I like, so I had to go with these other ones, Johnsonville or something like that.
Johnsonville.
Amani be
off-brand.
eating gas station food. I've been telling you.
Okay, hold on a second.
I
Don't
am
rag
Amani.
on
Yeah.
it.
Amani?
station food.
Oh, no, I was talking about. Do you remember? Do you have those spicy like Cheetos or whatever in the office the other day?
Oh, my cheddar, my hot fries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were
Okay.
good. They weren't from a gas station. They were from the market.
I'm sorry.
But also, do not rag on gas station food. Roller food
Oh, I'm
is
not.
amazing.
First
No,
of all,
QT?
I will
Is that
actually.
QT racetrack?
I want to
Yes.
go to QT now after this and get this hot dog they were talking about because I love hot dogs. I will
think,
admit.
I think it's either at Quick Trip or Racetrack. It can be either or. I conflate the two, to be honest. But the roller food, both of them,
Have
amazing.
you guys had the taquitos? You know what I'm talking
Yes.
about? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
not
talking
from
about?
there though.
From QT or racetrack or nothing? Okay, all right.
I love
You're
them.
alone in that one.
Okay.
Oh, never
I'm
mind.
not-
Never
He's
mind.
had that.
Look, man, we're weirdos.
Oh, I grew up and I used to eat those and they're extremely unhealthy until like the other day I went I went into like the gas station late at night and there was like some person loading them and he was like grabbing them from a box and putting them on. I said, okay, I'm gonna die early.
It literally rocks.
That took about 5 years off my life.
Literally.
If you're like pulling an all-nighter, like I live like right by like that Quick Trip.
We
on,
live near the same
Yeah, we
QT.
live in like the same area, so like I mean like right by that Quick Trip. It's great to go in there whenever I'm pulling an all-nighter at like 3 a.m. and just see them loading just the most disgusting stuff onto those rollers and be like, yeah, I love this food. It's
Like hot dogs
amazing.
out of a box.
Yeah, I literally getting those hot dogs and being like, yeah, I'm eating this, and it's definitely taking like 3 years off my life.
Oh, for
the
sure.
more I do this.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, you should get on this. I think it's a great healthy habit.
You should not at
Pulling
all.
all-nighters and going to Quick Trip at 3 a.m.
I'm not a fan of pulling all-nighters. I'm like one of those people, like, when I have to sleep, I will sleep. Like, even if it's, like, for 10 minutes, like, I will literally set an alarm for 10 minutes and take a 10-minute nap.
I
Like,
wish I could do
Really?
that.
when I have to sleep, I have to sleep. Yeah, like, I can't stay up and study or, like, stay up and do anything. Pretty much, if I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep.
I like to think that I'm like that, but then I also just have horrible insomnia. So if,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I
could
want to
never
take
be,
power
yeah.
naps, I just can't.
Yeah,
I
this
like-
is gonna be done at 7. I'm gonna go home and try and watch, like, 2 episodes of Netflix. I'll probably fall asleep at, like, 9.
What do you watch?
Right now, I'm watching Dynasty.
Dynasty.
Where are you at?
I'm on episode 12, I think. Well, I fell asleep watching it last night. I fell asleep last night with my lights on in my room. I didn't even get a chance to brush my teeth, so everyone now knows I'm dirty. I didn't brush my teeth yesterday. I literally fell asleep watching Netflix on FaceTime. Both my lights were on, my like desk light and my other desk light, like my nightstand light and my desk light were both on. Didn't brush my teeth. Had my plate of food I already ate sitting on my nightstand. I woke up this morning and I was like, where am I?
That's my
It was
president.
a good sleep though. Yeah, it
I
was
was
good
gonna say-
sleep. I don't know why I was so tired. I was off. Actually, no, we had practice yesterday. I was off on Saturday. Got my hair cut. No one even noticed, but
Looks
it's fine.
good. It's great. folks.
Thanks. And then on Sunday we had practice, and then I was studying for a test that I took that we're not going to talk about. And then yeah, the rest of the day I made those crescent dogs, like I said, which really took zero effort. I just put them in the oven for like 12 minutes. They were perfect. 8-3. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, whoa, I didn't even know I fell asleep with all my lights on.
That should be our sponsor. Is Crescent Dogs?
Shout out Crescent Dogs. They're great.
Or
Parker,
what was
I
that?
wanted to ask.
What?
Speaking of Netflix and speaking of some of that, I
Yeah.
want to know more about your viewing habits. Like like what do you watch?
Oh
What do you
man.
like to
Oh
watch?
man. Dude, I just watch. Oh my gosh. I watch a lot of stand up. I love
Yes.
stand up. I
Shout
watch a
out.
lot of dramas. So like Ozark.
My dad watched Ozark.
Ozark's great.
I think I want to watch it. Maybe next.
Have you guys not seen Ozark?
Mm-mm.
They
I've
filmed it
heard
right
it's
up the
good.
road. It's terrific.
Really?
Yes.
Dynasty takes place in Atlanta, and they mentioned like a lot. Like the other day, they were in Marietta, and I was like, not Marietta.
Oh.
And they were filming. It's weird that you said that they shot it right up the road. The other, I think maybe last year, they were using our football field to film for something, and someone said it was for Dynasty. I don't know if that was true, and I haven't seen it on this new season yet. But they also just like renewed season 5, or they're releasing season 5 soon. So it could be that season. I'm not sure. But if not, it might have been Ozark too. So I don't know if you have you finished it yet or not.
Oh well, the new season's coming out. And it's not me plugging Ozark. But
Our
Tune in on
sponsor.
Netflix.
and if I ever like get some type of like interest into something, like whether it's like crime or like cosmology or something, I'll go into like watch like 9 documentaries about it because like I'll just get obsessed with something and learning about it. So
So what besides Ozark?
Right now I've been learning. So, oh my god, I'm about to sound like a nerd. I'm gonna sound like a huge nerd right now. I've been learning about like cosmology, because that's like the study of the universe and stuff. I've been watching.
Like makeup.
So
No, that's cosmetology.
When he said cosmology earlier, I was like, I don't know if he means cosmetology, but I was like, I'm not going to correct him on air. Good thing I didn't.
I also think
it's so weird.
Studying makeup.
It's just something totally different because I've been learning like the same thing for 4 years here, and like I like to learn other stuff.
So like astrology or like actual like
both,
universe?
both.
So
I think it's
what's your
fascinating.
sign?
What's my sign? Oh, here. I'm a Libra, but I don't know. Like that's
Balance.
that. Yeah, I think that.
What's your rising and your sun?
So,
Your rising sign
Rada
and
told me
moon
this
or
the other
something?
day.
Who did?
Rada, she's our justice. She was like, I apparently am a rising Sagittarius or Gemini. I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah, mine was one of mine Gemini. I forget what mine is now.
Welcome to the club. You're also evil, like me.
Yeah, I have absolutely no clue. But when I get interested in something, I'll just learn and learn and learn about it until like I just get tired of it.
Do you not have a co-star, Amani?
I did, but I deleted the app because I never went on.
A co-star?
Yeah, that's like, it just like does all the thing for you. It's just fun to have on your phone. I'm apparently a rising, or whatever it's called, a sun Gemini or whatever, right? And then I'm a double Capricorn or whatever, which I don't know what that means.
Astrology signs, are they overrated or underrated?
I think
they're overrated to me.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think they're fun to an extent. Like I follow like some Scorpio pages, like to see like my daily horoscope, or like which I never end up actually reading, or like ones that are like funny memes, like Scorpio this, and a lot of them are true. I will admit, a lot of them are true, but like people that take it to the point where they're like, I wouldn't talk to this person, or like our signs aren't compatible, so we'll never be able to be together. Like, is really the time you were born and how the stars were aligned at that time really dictate like if you're compatible with somebody? In my opinion, no. So I think it's overrated. But I think it's cool to look into, and I think it's cool to research.
Apparently, it is because it's cosmic energy. That's what starts is the cosmic energy at the time. I don't believe in that, but that's apparently what I've been told.
So who are you most compatible with as a Libra?
I have no earthly idea. I have no earthly idea.
It up real quick.
Apparently, we're toxic signs, which is totally okay.
Geminis are.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is I was told this by one person. Geminis are apparently really bad. I was told this by a girl. Not This is not casual slander here. But Gemini guys are apparently fine, is what I was told.
I don't like as in cute, or fine as in like they're okay.
They're good, but apparently every Gemini guy looks like whatever it's called, like me basically,
like
glasses.
Joe from you.
Yeah,
like Joe from you. Yeah. I don't know what his sign was.
When we get off air, I'm gonna show you all this TikTok that was sent to me by like 5 different people about like why if astrology isn't real, why do all Gemini men look like this? And it's like a Muppet.
A Muppet.
So
that's funny.
In any case.
Okay, so you're a Libra. It says Aries and Libra, fire and air ignite to form sparks.
Beautiful.
So that's yours.
Is Libra?
When are Aries born? I didn't even know. See, I don't know nothing about that. So when I said cosmology, this is like. I
don't know. I will look that up in a second. Gemini and Sagittarius.
I don't know. I have
another air and fire pairing.
Never met a Sagittarius in my life.
Leo and Scorpio. Opposites attract in this fire and water combo.
Beautiful.
Leo and Scorpio. See, I don't know. I don't see how it shapes your personality. You know what I mean? Like you can like list some of like the qualities of that to like 100 people, and it'll be very identifiable. Like a lot of people will identify to a lot of the qualities, and like a basic like Gemini or.
I mean that's the general gist about astrology in general, is that it's like very very general.
Yes.
Stuff, and that's how they get you.
Aries are born March 21st to April 19th.
March 21st. Okay, interesting. They're March signs.
How I realized that astrology was dumb is that, well, I mean, I've known that it was dumb, but like also like.
Don't offend the cosmology.
Okay, so let me take it back. Either way, I was on CoStar, and just as a joke, I would like look at my horoscopes. They were completely wrong every single time. Like one day, it'd be like, "This is gonna be a great day. You're really confident. You're feeling great," and it was the complete opposite.
Yeah, I never related to my horoscope, but I related to like memes about it. Which, of course, what do memes have to do with anything? No. But like, I related to memes, or like I related to like the general descriptions. Like Scorpios are like very private and mysterious. I don't think I'm mysterious, but.
I'm always saying that about you.
Really? You think I'm mysterious?
No.
Oh. Okay, well, let's just quickly read. You're a Gemini, so Geminis love to have fun and tend to be hard to pin down.
Correct.
They go where the wind takes them, and they need a partner who is just as agile.
Yes.
Ridout sums it up by saying Gemini wants a partner who will encourage their free thought and go with them on many adventures that allow the good times to roll.
Andrew's adventurous.
I kind of am. I will like rag on Mason, for example. He'll like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, where's your sense of adventure? Where's your
Really?
sense of like, yeah, because he won't want to do like certain. What was it? What was I thinking? I wanted to like.
Mason will be spontaneous.
Mason will be spontaneous, but like not to do like the dangerous shit
Oh.
stuff that quickly bleep that out. The dangerous stuff that is fun.
What
So-
define dangerous? What do you mean? What's dangerous
You're
to
like,
you?
what
Andrew?
dangerous activities
Yeah,
were you
what
trying to
da-
do?
put-
Like
put-
skydive?
I'm trying
or
to put this
like-
all out in air. What is your
God.
what kind of dangerous stuff do you do, Andrew? I'm curious.
Drugs.
Okay.
Hardcore drugs.
No.
Quickly,
This is a
it's
joke.
not a joke.
The
it's
producer
not
just.
real.
This is a
She's-
joke.
We're
We're
not-
literally
we're
getting
not-
kicked off. This is our last show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is our last show. Andrew has now said
We
two
got
bad things on
got
air.
in trouble with the FCC. Okay, just let me quickly run that back. It's not real. Not advocating for anything that just came out of my mouth.
What define dangerous? Like, what do you?
I mean, like, so it's
Oh.
not hiking, but like, I was like, let's go to like Montana. Let's do like,
Oh,
like,
do that?
like on like just wild trip
Okay.
type deal.
Well, back to
This is not
his
dangerous,
thing.
but-
The signs that you're compatible with is actually Libra.
We're getting
Oh.
married.
So you guys
Are we-
compatible.
yeah, we're getting
I have
married,
a ring
Andrew?
right now, by the way. Like, we're getting
Where
married
some
right
might
now.
call a Gemini two-faced, Libra understands that there is more to them than meets the eye.
That's the thing is like we're two sides of the same coin. I'm two-faced. You're perfectly balanced.
It also says Sag and Aquarius are the same intellectual curiosity and need for exploration as Gemini.
I've never met either of those signs.
You are not
probably have.
compatible with Taurus. Capricorn and Taurus do not like the unpredictable nature of this sign, which they see as flighty. Scorpio may also feel naturally distrustful of Gemini. I'm a Scorpio. Am I naturally?
You are naturally distrustful of me. That is true.
Wow.
Okay, let's do you, Parker.
What do you?
Libra.
Oh,
Libras
no.
are marked by the scales of justice and more generally by the concept of balance. According to
Whoa.
Ridout, I don't know if this is like a famous person or something, but
Who's this?
Libra is primarily looking for a partner who brings balance and direction to their life, who neither
It's
dictates
Rideau, by
nor
the way.
passively watches them. Rideau?
It's Rideau. It's French.
Okay, well, I'm American, so. America! This intellectual sign loves to learn and desires a mutually beneficial and equal relationship.
Wow.
Fun fact, this zodiac sign also produces the most billionaires.
Wow. Look at
You're
that.
gonna be rich.
You think so?
Your compatible sign?
I don't think any of us are gonna be rich.
I will be.
You will.
If not,
yeah.
I will marry rich.
True.
Because Libra is so measured, partnering with another Libra is probably the most logical choice. People of this zodiac sign can also do well with an Aries or an Aquarius who provide an intriguing challenge and mental stimulation.
Interesting. I did not know
Your
that.
non-compatible signs, one part of what makes love so wonderful is that the initial spark, and Libra doesn't usually feel that energy from Virgo or Capricorn. Pisces can also be a poor fit by being too untethered to reality, preferring instead to live in a world of art, feeling,
Preferring.
and dreams.
I'm sorry, that just threw me off. That just threw me off. I'm so sorry, Amani.
That's okay.
I just messed up your flow. I'm so
Now,
sorry.
For me, as a Scorpio, there is depth to Scorpio that frankly cannot be met or understood by everyone. So true.
I'm always saying that.
People of this sign can be intensely private, so they want to make sure that whoever they let in is worth the risk of opening up. That's dramatic, but true. This might make Scorpio seem unwilling, but they do have a strong desire to find that special person. Scorpio is looking for a partner willing to go deep with them and to see them for who they truly are under the surface. Rideau says. Rideau, whatever.
That's so deep.
Oui. My compatible signs. Oh, the other two water signs, Pisces and Cancer, I just put on my phone, also experience the world primarily through their emotions and can match the intensity of Scorpio. Wow.
So is that how you experience the world?
What?
Amani, do you experience the world primarily with your emotions, as
Not really,
the
because
thing
I'm
says?
very like emotionally. I don't say emotionally unavailable or like emotionally detached, but like I'm not an emotional person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also say you're relatively. I mean, you're not private. I mean, you're private, but like you're not.
I mean,
extremely,
I can't be that
closed
private.
off.
Like a lot of my life is public, so
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
But I am private about some stuff, but not really.
Hmm.
These signs are willing to forge the powerful bonds that Scorpio secretly craves. Virgo loves trying to solve the puzzle that is Scorpio, and they also find the kind of long-term investment worthwhile. This thoughtful, nurturing earth sign is the kind of dedicated partner Scorpio needs.
I love how this has become it went from being a sports cast to astrology.
Yes.
Then we're like just bouncing around.
It's Star Talk.
It's Star Talk.
My non-compatible is
She wants-
Aquarius, Leo, and Aries. As I continue, that's all. Now we can move on from this.
Does it make sense though? Does any of that make sense to you? Or
Yeah, I guess that wasn't really the best description of Scorpio I've read better or more relatable.
yeah, that's just I don't know.
Let's move on to talking about how are the Falcons going to win next Sunday? Let's go.
Who are they play? Yeah, who do they play? That's a good
I
question.
don't even know. I was just
He's wanting to be back to
trying
sports.
to move into sports talk.
Have you been watching? Do you watch NFL?
Wait, we didn't finish the Netflix conversation.
We do actually need. That's more interesting than talking about how bad the Falcons are. I do watch occasionally, but like the Falcons are also. I watch like the first week, see the Falcons lose, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm done. Basketball and baseball is much more fun to watch.
What are you watching on Netflix?
I've been watching like TV. I've been trying to like catch up on different movies. So I had a double feature where I rewatched Moneyball. Shout out. Speaking of sports and baseball, Moneyball's great. Watched Little Women for the first time. That was very good. That movie does not leave you any time to breathe at all. It just keeps hitting you over and over again with its different emotional beats. And I'm currently trying to watch The King. Some like
King's good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's King's good.
They sapped all the Shakespeare from it, so I don't know how I'm feeling about such plot.
You seen Peaky Blinders?
No.
Have you seen?
Seen
Peaky Blinders? No.
So speaking of that, I don't know if I should actually talk about this on air, but
what?
I went to downtown to Buckhead for Halloween, and everyone I was supposed to be dressed up as a sailor.
Yeah.
And everyone thought I was dressed up as a person from Peaky Blinders.
Really, that's one of the best shows I've ever seen.
I have not watched it.
I've not heard of it. What is it?
It's
about history.
No, it's a show about gangsters, and it's a drama, but it's terrific.
A period drama where it's like something.
It's like to me like up there with Game of Thrones.
It's
like really good.
We talked about it on the last cast. I finished a rewatch of it recently.
Yeah.
Right. And so the first season, like, I think is amazing if you know what's coming, because it's very, very literary with the way that it's writing. So it's expertly written. And then the longer it goes on, as soon as they start getting a budget is when the show starts falling off. Man, that's my take.
I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking about like how big Netflix has gotten. Like, I remember when I was a little kid, you would, like, get, like, CDs from Netflix. Like,
in the mail.
In the mail.
Correct.
And now it's huge.
Yeah,
now
people...
it's
streaming. You don't have to order.
Literally.
You just have to order Netflix in the mail, like you said.
Just it's been gradual. Now they're, like, beating out they have their own, like, film industry now. Like, we're talking about Ozark, which is its own show.
Originals are... Most of the shows on Netflix that I like are Netflix originals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, there's other shows that I watch on there. Like, I watched All American. That's, like, on CW or, I don't know, some channel. And I think Dynasty's on Real TV. I think actually Dynasty's on CW. But most of the shows that I like on there are Netflix originals.
You know what it was? I think it's The Office. When they like got licensing for The Office, now like people used to just throw that show on like as background. Huh?
When they had Friends, that was a good time. I watched Friends like twice. I've seen every episode of Friends like 3 times probably.
They recently brought on Seinfeld. Seinfeld's amazing. So watch that.
The Office, I hate The Office.
Really?
I like the first season of The Office. I think it's very, very funny TV, and then the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. You know what's funny about Netflix originals, by the way?
What?
Just a complete side note. Netflix is not profitable. They sink so much money into their movies and their TV that they are not
really
making money. They're like Uber in like that regard, where Uber is not profitable. It's just investor money flowing in over and over again.
I did not know that.
So yeah.
Why are people investing in if it's not profitable?
That's a great question.
I'm
That's
curious.
a really great question.
Amani, what's your favorite movie? I'm going to judge you with this, by the way.
Do I have, like, a genre or just my favorite all-time movie?
And just all-time. I'm curious.
Do a top 3.
Yeah, give a top 3. That'd be easy.
Okay, Hairspray.
That's actually...
Interesting.
The new one, though, not the old one.
Okay, you're wrong then. Whatever. The one with, like, what's the new
Zac
one?
Efron.
When did that one
John
come out?
Travolta.
Okay, that's... Okay.
I mean, it's not really new
Interesting.
now. I mean, it's from, like, 2009.
See, that's the thing, is I thought they came out with, like, a Hairspray one. No, that movie's great.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Ella Enchanted.
Interesting.
Great movie. And I don't really know. I don't have a third. I really like The Heat. That's a really funny movie to me. With Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy, and they're like...
Oh, you're talking about when they're caught? That's your favorite?
That's a really funny movie. I also like We're the Millers, but like I've seen that like 100 times, so it's not as funny anymore.
I thought you were talking about Heat, like the Michael Mann movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of The Heat.
I was like, that's a good taste, Amani.
Yeah.
I have no clue what that movie is. Oh, wait. No, but I watched a really good movie the other day, and this might have crept in. I'm replacing The Heat with this. Law Abiding Citizen.
That's good.
I think that's what it was called.
That movie.
That was so
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
That is so good. You didn't like it? Oh my god! Oh wait, I also love Gone Girl. Have you ever watched that one?
Gone Girl's actually...
I've watched Gone Girl like 5 times. Every time I watched it, I'm like, this is so good.
Gone Girl's amazing. David Fincher, shout out. But
that's Fincher?
Law Abiding Citizen.
Yes, Law Abiding Citizen is so good.
It's not. It's not a
Yes,
great
it
movie.
is. It's so good.
It's
I love
so
this like.
convoluted and insane.
I love movies. So the issue with me in movies when it comes to like not crime movies, but like movies that aren't like funny, like or Hairspray or Ellen Enchanted, that are just like a good, like a feel good type of movie. Movies like Law Abiding Citizen, the reason I liked it is because I'm someone that predicts like every play of a movie. Like it's annoying to watch movies with me because I'm like, if you pay attention, you know what's coming next. Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, he just dropped that pen, and then someone's gonna pick up the pen later, and then they're gonna know he was there, and then he's gonna get arrested. Like I just know like the steps. Like I'm too smart for this.
Bro, you're above it.
Did you watch any horror movies for Halloween?
No, I didn't. But I love horror movies, but I didn't watch any this year.
You got a favorite?
I like The Conjuring.
Interesting.
The first one, I mean, of course it was good the first time I saw it, but after you watch it like more than once, really not like loses the scariness. I did see Candyman this year. It was good, but I didn't really find it
that was
scary.
good,
I
right?
need to see it. Was it good?
It's good, man.
It's good, but it's not really scary. It's like psychological kind of thing.
There's a lot of symbolism in that movie, like
Yeah.
white saviorism and all that. Yeah, it's really good. It's terrific.
Peele
wrote it. You know, Jordan Peele. He was he wrote Get Out and everything.
Wrote that?
Yeah, he co-wrote Candyman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Get Out, so good.
That's one of my favorite.
great.
That's one of my favorites of all
Get
time.
Out's good. But yeah, and I also love the series. There's like 4. Oh, Insidious.
Oh,
Insidious.
have you seen them all?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the last one, I was actually really scared. I was like, wait a minute. I think it was the last one of that. I was scared. But other than that, I don't know. I have a lot. I love scary movies. I love horror movies, but I can't think of any that I really like besides The Conjuring and Insidious.
Andrew, are you a horror movie fan?
I am, but like I don't like. I haven't seen the Insidious. I haven't seen Conjuring. I tend to watch like newer ones. I mean, so one of my favorites. What was it? Why am I forgetting the name of the
What's it about?
movie? It's the one about.
What's it about?
I'm like about to describe the plot point to you, where it's like
A20. You said it's an A24 movie.
It's A24.
Okay, is there a ghost? Is there a ghost? Is there a slasher?
Killer, yeah.
It's a plot about people trying to possess a person.
Talking about Hereditary?
Yep.
No, that's one of the best movies ever.
Hereditary's amazing.
I love Hereditary.
And I really like older 80s.
That's with Toni Collette.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was about to call her a different name, but yes.
I like the Scream series.
Have you seen all the Screams?
Yes, there's a new one coming out in 2022.
Yes. Have you seen the show on MTV?
No, I started watching the show when it first came out. And it was on MTV, like, live, and I was like, I'm never going to keep up with this. Like, I can't watch every Wednesday or whatever. So I ended up stopping after, like, the 3rd episode, maybe. And it's on Netflix now, actually.
Yes.
So I might watch it. But
Interesting.
Something about, I feel like the movie's better than the show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I really like the movies. I remember my friend that I played softball with, for her birthday party, wanted to go see Scream 4. This was, like,
that was years ago.
Like 2013 or something. Yeah, we were playing softball. And I hadn't seen all the other ones, so I don't remember if I watched all the other ones or if I watched all the ones later, but they were really good. And whenever I went back and watched them, I liked them all. So
when I was a kid, I think I'm a little desensitized now because, like, when I was a kid, my parents used to be like, you can watch any horror movie you want, but you're just sleeping in your own bed tonight. And I would watch everything. I would watch all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, my parents were like that, too. They never cared. Certain stuff I wasn't allowed to watch, like inappropriate stuff mostly, but like scary movies they didn't really care, like stuff that, like with cussing they didn't really care because they were like, you can hear it but don't say it. So it was kind of like understanding. But yeah, I mean, it's just some like movies that were inappropriate I never watched and still haven't watched.
My mom was like a huge horror movie fan.
Yeah, my mom likes scary movies. Oh, what about the Saw?
Have you seen all the Saws?
I love Saw. I thought I never knew what it was. I never knew what Saw was, and I was like, I thought it was just like, you want to play a game, just kill people, whatever. Like just a movie that was just literally killing a bunch of people. And then like, I don't know, last year, maybe like Thanksgiving, I was home and we had like HBO gives you like free trials or something like every so often. There was like a Saw marathon on like HBO or some like movie channel that we got like a free trial for like a week. So we like recorded all of them and watched all of them, me and my mom. And I was like, these are so good. She's like, do you want to watch Saw? And I was like, not really. Like, isn't that just like some gory movie where they just kill people? And she was like, I don't really know. I never watched it. And we literally watched all of them. It was sick. Like for hours straight, we just watched Saw. And I thought it was like one of my favorite horror movie like franchises. So good. Every single one of them. Like it's just so psychological. And like if I was in there, like would I beat Saw or not? Like would I chop off your arm? I would. Yeah. Would I chop off your arm if it meant that if I didn't, then I would die? Sorry, Andrew, your arm gotta go.
Like, I mean in that way, man. It's like getting to the end of it. Like I
don't care. I'm doing anything.
You doing anything to survive?
Yeah. I told people in my class in the summer, this is going to sound crazy, but we were talking about, like, if you were stranded on an island, like, would you eat somebody? And I was like, yeah, I would eat anybody. Like, not anybody, like, maybe, like, not my, like, family or, like, significant other. But, like,
so, okay.
if we were all three stuck on an island, I would probably eat you if it came down to it.
I'm not very bony, or I'm pretty...
I like lean meat. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I just don't think, like, of course, everyone's like, well, if it came down to it, you wouldn't actually do it. Speak for yourself, because I might.
That's
I might
the thing
eat
is, if
somebody.
it really came down to it, like, you just know yourself better than anybody, because that's the thing. Nobody knows what they would do in that situation.
Yeah,
so
and I really
you're
don't know. I
willing
might,
to-
like, just cry and, like, be the first person to die if we were stuck on an island. But, like, in my mind, like, I think I could eat a person or, like, eat anything.
I'm gonna stick it out.
On air.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm not dying. No.
Yeah,
Heck no.
exactly. If it comes down to, I'm not just gonna eat you on the first day. Well, like, Andrew, all right, I'm gonna kill you today. But, like, once it comes to, like, borderline hallucinating, yeah, I'll
How
eat
many
anybody.
days? How many days when it's socially
She's gotta
acceptable to
use
eat
me for my
Andrew?
brain. I'll figure. Like, if I don't figure something out by like the 10th day.
I'm like, Andrew, we've been here long enough. You have not built anything, and you have not found us any food. I'm eating you tomorrow if you don't prove yourself tonight.
I'm like whatever his name is like is it Piggy or Porky and like
Lord
Lord
of
the
Flies.
Take my glasses and use
You're gonna be Piggy.
Fire.
He's gonna take that boulder to the dome.
Yeah.
Like Piggy did.
Just
I
get
can't
shoved
believe I
off the
remember that.
cliff.
I read that book.
I
Yeah,
remember
was
that
an interesting book.
They made us read that when I was like 14.
Yeah, I think I read it in like
Great
9th
movies.
grade or something, 8th grade. We had to read it for like a summer reading.
Yeah.
And we were all reading it like, what is happening? What is going on? I don't understand it. And then our teacher's like, what are the symbols? I'm like,
Would you eat
I'm
each other?
confused.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm 14, miss. Please.
Yeah.
Tough questions to ask.
I was probably like,
Say
yeah.
it.
And everyone in my class was probably like, Amani. And I was like, I'll eat you.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Well, now I've been always curious about what you watch, Amani. Now it's Hairspray and the Saw movies.
we have the
Perfect.
whole spectrum. A lighthearted musical about segregation and dancing, and then a horror franchise about psychologically making people make decisions on whether to live or die.
Amani, have you ever watched Les Mis?
No.
Les Miserables? No.
No, I've heard of it, but I never
You
watched
need
it.
to watch
Seen
it.
Hamilton?
No.
Yeah.
I've heard
Do you
of that
like
too.
Hamilton?
I've been to Hamilton and Les Mis in Atlanta.
And
seen
have
them
you
both.
At the
liked
Fox?
Hamilton?
Yeah, it's the Fox. I like Hamilton. Yeah, I do. I think it's very creative.
I
Isn't
don't
Hamilton like
it.
history with all black people?
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
that's
American
cool.
history, yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad American history, but it's whatever. It's fine. Good art.
that's
Give
just
it
the history
credit.
major in you. That's
Well,
all
I
that
mean,
is.
That's the thing is
Well, the history we learned in school is also bad history, so
It's true.
Ooh, talk to him.
let's talk about it.
Let's talk to 'em.
Actually, let's not. We'll save that for the next episode.
We'll save it for the next episode is where we go into how bad the American public school system is.
Oh,
I don't believe half of history.
what do you mean?
Well,
It's just whatever everyone just decided to write down. Like they could have left out whatever they wanted to. Actually, they did leave out whatever they wanted to. And it's just only like one
You gotta give
group
an
of
example
people's
of, like,
perspective.
what type of history are you talking about?
American history.
You're talking about American history.
Well, really all of history, because all of history is written by like pretty much white people. So
The
like, they just
Not
wrote it how they
necessarily.
wanted to.
Hmm?
Meh.
Not necessarily. I mean, the whole reason we have like Western philosophy right now is because a bunch of people in like the Umayyad caliphates started writing stuff down.
No clue. I have no clue about
I'm
any of
sorry,
this.
I'm getting a little bit esoteric.
Yeah, that lost me too. But the history that we mostly learn, besides when you
Baghdad
get
is
into
a really
like
cool
deep,
place.
yeah.
They really came in clutch there.
I mean, like hieroglyphs and stuff. That's technically history, but like also we interpret how we think they were writing based on signs. We don't
Yeah.
really know if that's what they were actually saying. You know, ever think about that?
Interesting.
Like we think, but
Well,
this
yeah,
is what
it's
we
all
say
interpretation.
hieroglyphics mean, but it's what we interpreted it to mean. We don't actually know what they were saying.
I was gonna say, but I mean, like
Yeah.
that field of study has like evolved over time. Where like if you're talking about like people studying in like 1600s or whatever, they did not know what they were
I
talking
still don't think
about
they
at
know,
all.
though.
I think, but that they've gotten better at it. I mean, like there's.
I mean, if I write shapes on this, and in 100 years you try and interpret what it was about, you have no clue what I'm saying. I could have been saying we were doing this podcast. I could have wrote like, I have a game tomorrow, and you
Yeah.
can interpret it into whatever you want.
Yeah. Are you
Because
talking,
it's just shapes of birds and lines.
oh, you're talking about like hieroglyphics?
Yeah.
Interesting. In reference to what? Like what's hieroglyphed? What
I
kind
don't
of
know,
history?
Like parts of
Talking about
history.
Egypt.
I was talking about like
just
old
history.
Latin. Oh, I don't know. See, this is something that just goes way over my head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really understand either. But we just
I was
randomly
gonna say,
started
there's
talking
an
about this.
entire field study.
Yeah, I just don't buy it.
The-
Your whole field of study, I don't buy it.
I'm
She
just gonna
said,
say the skepticism
I'm not
is-
convinced.
The skepticism is important because I mean, like a lot of it is interpretation. Is the thing. It's just like you have to interpret it in the context of like all the evidence that you're given, which it's not just like it's not they're just looking at the hieroglyphics in like a vacuum and being like, okay, this is what I think. It's like there's stuff around it. as
Yeah,
well.
I guess. It just like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
History's fake, is what Amani's
Oh,
saying.
it is. It is.
We're
That's
only
basically what
living
I'm
the
saying.
moment. There's nothing. There's only this moment and nothing else past it.
Because a lot of people are dead, so we have no clue.
I mean, there's the thing.
Like, the people that are deciphering this never met freaking Cleopatra. Or, like, I don't know, another pharaoh that I don't know their names.
Cleopatra is the funniest character because again, it's the idea that she was a Egyptian is really funny because she's just Macedonian.
Really?
She's Greek.
Wasn't she like?
Greek.
I did
Isn't
not
she
know that.
closer to like the time period that we're in now than the time period of like the pyramids? I remember I
Yes.
saw that somewhere and I was
Really?
like, yeah.
Yep.
Like it's again what we learn. So maybe I have skepticism of the people that decipher this stuff. I have skepticism of the people that teach us it because people don't even know what they're talking about.
The farther you go back, the less reliable like a lot of like the sourcing is. It's
Yeah.
like once you start getting closer to now, like around like. It's like the closer you get, the more like available sourcing you have. So like the clearer you can make an interpretation. But if you're talking about like antiquity and stuff like that, I had a history professor. I don't know if you took Paul Dover.
I've heard of Paul
yeah,
Dover.
Paul
I've heard a
Dover's
lot
great.
about Paul
I talked
Dover.
with Katie about him. But
Oh, yet another sponsor. Shout out to Paul Dover.
Shout out to Dr. Paul Dover. He's on my senior thesis committee. He's great. He described like the study of like history like through antiquity, like that particular period is like you're staring through a like keyhole to where like there's this immaculate, beautiful ballroom, but you can only see it through the keyhole because there's nothing.
There's nothing.
To like
It's all
actually
dark.
study. It's like there's like you
That's
don't
crazy.
have anything.
All we have is shapes on the wall to
Mhm.
potentially interpret, which is fake.
Yeah.
But anyways, any fans we had watching are now officially gone as we talk about history and hieroglyphics and whether or not.
Astrology and sports.
Yeah.
And
So
freewheeling conversation.
if you came here to listen to a specific theme or hear anything about SGA, you should have listened to the first
we
5
just
minutes.
completely avoided talking about
We talked about
SGA.
no SGA
We're
whatsoever.
just like, all right, Parker's the Chief Justice. All right, time for sport.
We
Yeah.
talked about hairspray and Lord of the Flies. This is hilarious. This is what y'all do. Do y'all just ramble?
Yeah, pretty much.
Interesting.
But that's about all the time we have today. Thank you to our Chief Justice, Parker Thompson,
Of course.
who is a Libra and is interested in cosmology.
If there's any Sagittariuses, or no, it was Aries and.
A Sag. Sag was compatible for you.
No, I'm talking about Libras.
Oh, for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Aries. Yeah.
Is it
If
Aries?
there's any
KSU
Aries
Owl
listening,
Radio,
please
Georgia's
hit Parker
number
up.
one
Oh my
online
goodness.
college radio
Um,
station.
Aries,
streaming
I
live
don't
on
understand any
KSUradio.com.
of that.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I really.
Well, if we ever have you back, I'll expect you to be.
I'm
more
gonna study.
knowledgeable.
I'm gonna
You're
study.
gonna have to study. You're gonna have to hit the books.
We'll find out more about astrology and potentially any of these other random
We're
topics.
gonna find out that it's real.
We will see you next
Amani's like
time
that.
on Amani and Andrew.